I'm just gonna attach like a massive brick to my phone. Just walk around with a huge hard drive.
You're trying to bring back the brick phone. You're like, dude, it's not what that meant.
It'll be like a ball and chain on my phone. You know what I mean? It'll be like a huge computer attached to it.
Like middle-aged, like fucking
yeah,
flail.
I can use it as self-defense too.
Like
someone tries to attack me.
Welcome back. Week 37 of the Weekly Inconvenience. How the fuck is everyone doing today?
Swell.
Doing good.
Will, how you feeling?
How we doing, baby? A little steamy. Up here. Train hasn't come through just yet, but...
What didn't come through?
The train.
Oh, the train.
He's just waiting for the train.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, got another train. You're a big train guy. I know.
So speaking of train, we're going to dive into a big episode. We have Marty Joe coming on later today. Everyone remembers Marty Joe, fan favorite. And we also are having Melissa come on later today, who
at intuitively _ and then the letter U on Instagram.
So we're gonna hear from both of them on this week's episode. And I wanted to start with the documentary that you actually recommended.
Oh, last week. So it was the Hot Girls Wanted documentary.
So I went and watched it on Netflix. I'm assuming everyone went and did their homework, all tens of you.
I know at least some listeners did. They reached out and said they watched it. Yeah.
Good. So for the people that watch this, you'll understand this a lot more. But for the people that didn't, we'll kind of fill you in. So the Hot Girls Wanted documentary that you recommended for everyone to go watch today was more or less a insight on 4 or 5 women that are breaking into the porn scene.
Yeah, so pretty much they responded to a Craigslist ad, and I mean the name of the ad was called Hot Girls Wanted. And they'd be like, I'm a hot girl.
I want to be wanted.
Yeah. Oh, they are wanted. They match the criteria. So they're like, all right, so how am I supposed to say no to this, you know? So they do it, and they go over there. It's like a modeling job or whatever. And then it turns out to be like porn. And they're like out there, and they're like, well, I mean, it's really not a huge jump, I guess. They kind of pressure you into it, I guess it seemed like.
Yeah, I think, at least from what I saw, and the gentleman we'll get into, his name is Riley. He is the guy, one of the main...
He's the agent. I said I would take his job. He wasn't so aggressive last week.
So he was the...
I was joking.
You don't want to run a porn ring?
Yeah, so one of his old, I guess, like... They like live in like an incubator house, like in Silicon Valley. You know, there's like a whole bunch of these porn stars living in there, and he just sends them out to like random scenes and books them. And the first scene that he sends them out on is like some like extremely abusive like thing. It's called literally facial abuse. Is what he said. Is the name of the scene. And they said that the one girl that went to Duke University, like Bella Knox, did it. And like once she did that video, you're like so deep into it. That video is out there. They blast it out everywhere. Like it's one of Slippy's Picks videos. And yeah, so she's like leans into it, says it's a great idea, and it like really pissed off the girls that were staying in the house.
They were not happy. So inside this fuckface Riley's house, he has anywhere from like 3 to like 6 women that live like in his home with him that are his like the talent that he manages. Is that
yeah, so he just books them and sends them out to scenes, and they come back and party at the house.
Okay. And
they're not happy when they get back. They're very upset.
No, they are not happy. The one chick that was like the OG, like the savvy vet on the roster.
She was like 30.
I wrote it down. She was 25.
Are you kidding me?
She was getting a boob job so she could move up to MILF category. I'm 25.
You're not a MILF.
I'm not a MILF.
You could be though.
I could be.
You qualify now.
Am I a DILF?
So,
you could be.
I wouldn't call you a DILF. I wouldn't go that far.
Why? What?
You wouldn't fuck me, bro?
It has nothing to do with that.
What if you had a kid? Would you fuck him then?
That's what I'm saying. Now we can talk. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you could be a DILF. Thank you.
I'm a DILF to somebody out there.
You're a pending DILF.
I got you on my radar. So don't worry.
DILF.
Oh,
we'll have to work on that name.
I mean, you do need a nickname to be in the porn star industry. They all have nicknames. Rachel Bernard is Ava Taylor.
Yeah.
Well, Slippy's got Slippy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slippy. Yeah.
Being in porn, you're being paid to have sex. You're right. It is. I am having
This is
sex for
Bella
money,
Knox
but there's
speaking.
an artistic value to it. I'm depicting a beautiful human experience.
Okay, and you like doing it.
I love what I'm doing, and I'm proud of my work.
If you love it and you're proud of it, why weren't you just out in the open with it? Why were you've been blacked out in the interviews and you have an alias? So if you love what you're doing and you're proud of it, why weren't you just like, I'm a porn star, everybody?
That's fair.
When I was outed, I wanted to keep my family out of I didn't want my family to get harassed, and I wanted to be able to live like a semi-normal life. But it all got really out of hand, and suddenly people were making these, attacks on my character. I didn't want to be,
Slander.
just another girl who gets caught up in, a college, sex scandal and who doesn't, say their piece.
I mean, we're going to have Marty Joe on in a few minutes, so I'm definitely happy to ask her about some of this stuff. Shark, what the fuck are you doing?
I was fixing my watch. My bad.
Why? Why was now the time to fix your watch?
What are you, a clocksmith? What's going on here?
I didn't realize it was gonna make us-
I'm not entirely sure, but I believe him. I don't think that. I don't know what he was doing over there. We're talking about some people's lives getting ruined, and you're over there fixing your watch. Oh, it's time for Marty Joe.
So,
I guess it is.
this is Will's favorite moment of his life.
We actually have one of an original fan of yours. He actually knew about your page before we even brought it up, and he likes it a lot. And when we said that we were having you on, he's like, "I gotta come and meet her," and that's Quattro in the Zoom meeting.
One of my original fans.
Original? I wouldn't say original, but I would have to thank the Gamblers for plugging me in. Definitely a fan since.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
The Drunk Gambler.
When are you coming down to see me?
That's a tall order, Marty, but living in Florida myself, I know the area, so, come down time to time.
Well, I can't wait to have you come in.
Do we get a Now, we obviously know you also from your other page, Not Your Average Mom, the Snapchat, everything. Some of the best pieces of artwork I've ever seen in my life.
Mood Lifter on Snapchat.
Mood Lister. We can't forget Mood Lister.
Lifter.
Lifter? Is it Lifter or Lister?
Mood Lifter.
Damn. Lifter.
But you could list the moods if you
Lifter.
wanted to. You could list.
I think we're-
Mood lifter. I lift a lot of things, including moods.
So, how has that slowed down for you, picked up for you? Have you capitalized on the extent of this pandemic? Because the last time we talked to you, it was, pretty early on into the pandemic, the first wave.
Well, while the bar was shut down, I had lots of time to devote to it. And it did pick up because, people were at home and didn't have much to do. So, it's always more fun to masturbate with somebody than alone. So,
That's what I always say.
Will
I got more of those calls. But now that the bar is reopened and we were short-staffed for a long time, I actually took the premium story offline for a little while until I can get back to, devoting the time to it my fans deserve.
So,
That's
Marty,
what we like to hear.
Be back up and running here within the week.
1 week, 7 days. Let's go.
Half a fortnight.
So that's why there's an application process. I ain't got time to be wasting time.
Your
application process sounds like a pretty timely thing.
only first round talents drafted by Marty Joe, and that's what we like to hear. And so that was something I found interesting because, when I was watching this documentary, you were the first person I thought of. Because you are so happy and in general with whether it's the bar or any of the side content you create for people. And then when I watched that documentary, it's the way it was portrayed as far as these women are getting involved and they're in and out, in weeks or months. And then you have someone like you that has enjoyed it throughout and, has no questions about it and is open about it. And that's what is truly amazing to me.
Well, I think because I was in my mid 40s when I started, I have the confidence level and the sense of self enough to know what doesn't work for me.
So,
and I just don't go down those paths. So there's no reason for me to have any negative experience in it because that's not what I'm interested in.
So
if anything has a negative vibe to it, I just shut it down. That's not for me.
So in this documentary, the way that things kind of happened was they would go to a porn scene that they were assigned to. So let's say you saw an ad online and it's like, here's a role for a porn scene, and you go there. Is that something that you would do if you were to see an ad like that?
No.
There are so many misconceptions with the industry. You have your Lisa Ann's or your Brandy Loves, and whether you like them or not or what have you, they are successful and make careers of it as well as you have, obviously. And there's levels to it where not everything has to be that sad story, and all it is doing it yourself and what you want to do.
Absolutely. I actually do help other people from time to time develop like their own premium Snapchat stories. And the first advice that I give them is, think about what it is your goals are. Like, what is it you want to get out of this? And don't do anything that's contrary to that just because they're offering $1 a month that's going to help you pay your rent.
So anything left to plug, Marty, so we can have you get some anything we can do to help?
Absolutely. Well, of course, Not Your Average Mom on Pornhub is NOTURAVERAGEMOM. It's not, the other your. And I will have Snapchat back up and running here very, very shortly. It's Mood Lifter.
We've been waiting patiently.
We need that. Lifter.
And then, of course, you can always find me at Squeaky's Bar at 9641 Bay Pines Boulevard here in Seminole, Florida. I'm here Wednesday through Sunday, 7 p.m. to close.
All right.
Officially, that's 2 a.m. Unofficially, I'll put your ass out at 3 if you make it worth my while.
There we go. Well, everyone go visit Marty, go like and follow, and we'll be sure to talk to you in the future.
Yeah.
Very awesome. I can't wait.
Always a pleasure, Marty.
Hopefully I'll have my own place to live the next time we talk.
There we go. Well, everyone go get Marty a new place to live. Go follow her Snapchat.
Yeah, come give me tips so I can get a place to live, and I'm not living in my car anymore.
All right, Marty, we love you here. Take it easy.
I love you guys. You take it easy, too.
All right, bye.
Thanks, Marty.
So I think the one thing, we're going to kind of shift gears here. There was a insane incident I had at my home. So as a cigarette smoker, I went out in my backyard, I smoked a cigarette, and I got chased around by a bee, because that happens in the middle of November.
It's a sign.
So I was like, as I'm smoking, I'm just getting chased around by this bee. And I go inside, I'm like, well, that was annoying. I lay down in my bed, and I'm fucking on the phone with Nelso. And out of nowhere, I see a bee come crawling by my shoulder. It was the bee that was tormenting me in my backyard.
It's a crafty bee.
You told me you had something to follow up with.
I have
my bee story.
Yeah, I have another traumatizing indoor bee story. There was a time when I was playing video games in my basement in high school, and occasionally just a bee would just start walking up to me, kill it, throw it in a bucket, sitting right next to the console.
So you just had a bucket full of dead bees?
Yeah, it filled up quickly because my brother would do the same thing. And my brother, and we're like, what the fuck is this? We have to address this issue now. We can't keep ignoring it.
You have a bucket full of bees. Yeah, I'm surprised you let it get to that point.
They were all flightless for some reason.
That's the thing. You get some docile bees.
So I look into the utility closet, and there's a swarm of 300 bees in there.
Christ.
A massive nest in the back right. And shut the door. It was like opening the refrigerator in Ghostbusters. Holy fuck! Slammed it. I walked into the science closet one time in high school, and there's a rack of dead cats. Yeah. I was like, this smells horrible.
Yeah, they used to have, what was it, AP Bio used to dissect cats. You had to be extra smart to have the privilege of cutting open cats. Peeling back the layers. Speaking of peeling back the layers, there is a we might have to get some people on the horn here, but there is some allegations being thrown down in the top of the Drunk Gamblers world. On the Weekly Incon Instagram page, it is apparently flooded with MILFs. So? No one has owned up to being the reason why the page is flooded with GILFs. I misstated. It's 50-plus-year-old women. And the only people with access to that account are Tiger Woods, Pop, and you. Both Tiger Woods and Pop have separately denied this and brought it to my attention separately. And you're the only one that has not. They're both of them be why are there so many GILFs on this page? This is the only one that is just flooded with
I'm pulling up the screen right now.
Yeah, they've both made explicit remarks regarding this.
I mean, I've seen the post come up 100%. I mean, I'm scrolling through it right now. I don't really see exactly what you're talking about.
Get Tiger Woods on the phone.
Total coincidence that we're a retirement home now.
Yeah, I think there could I could be wrong, but there could be some foul play going on. I think you could be using this as one of your weird voyeuristic Instagram.
No, honestly, I can't say that I have no contribution to it, but I can't say that I'm serially looking at naked grandmas or whatever on Instagram. Issue is, I don't think it's a huge conspiracy.
No, I just
live to tape.
We're getting into the you have blown open a potential issue with the Instagram account, being that it's following a ton of 60+ models.
Oh, it's not an issue. I mean,
issue isn't the word. I may be misspeak. I don't think, and I said it previously on the show, so I'll restate it again. I don't think 65+ women are market.
I
mean, Marty has a great story. We love Marty here.
Let him speak.
There's been a huge influx of 50+-year-old women on my feed.
Okay, so maybe some of the original ones really latched on and they're spreading the word around the community.
So, I mean, all right, I'll state it this way.
True.
If you are a listener of the show and you're over the age of, we'll say, 55, comment, please, so we can see if this is actually working or not.
Email us at management@drunkgamblers.com.
Use your house phone and call me.
DM us on Instagram at Weekly and Con. So, Tiger, you're denying that you have anything to do with this?
Denying?
Yeah. Are you?
No.
Right.
I wanted to hear your take on it. Like, I didn't know if you knew these women personally per se. I mean, there's just a lot of them. And
social media? No, I don't know anybody personally on social media. Like a small fraction.
Well, so Tiger, are you contributing to the influx in 55+ crowd?
No. That's why I was confused. Like, who was following all those accounts? Like, it was just like I was scrolling and like.
So it seems it appears to be, and we can get Pop on the horn, but it appears to be, based off what I'm hearing, that you, Nelso, are the sole contributor to the 55+ crowd.
I'm leading candidate, yeah, but I can't say I did it on purpose.
He's gilfing off everywhere.
I'm off the hook.
Okay, then you're good. You're good. I won't even look. I'll take your word for it.
All right, Tiger. Good looks. Go follow at Tiger's Tennis Talk on Instagram. We're gonna get Pop on the horn next.
Correct.
It was a what is it? A self-report. He's self-reported.
Yeah.
Yo, Pop, live tape. What's going on with these gilfs on the Incon page?
Yeah, I don't even go on that page. Don't have full sleeves or big tits. It wasn't me.
Okay.
Oh, Tiger's calling us back.
What's up, Tiger? You're live to tape.
Live tape.
All right. What did Pop say?
You seem awfully concerned about this, buddy.
Yeah, you were sweating it seems like.
So we did not get to the bottom of anything. If anything, we've muddied the waters more.
At least I'm aware of it now. I didn't know what was happening previously.
All right, so we're gonna welcome Melissa on.
Hi.
At Intuitively You on Instagram. So
underscore you.
Underscore you. Classic mix-up. So thank you for joining us today. It's a real pleasure. Your Instagram is a hit in our community.
Oh, nice! I didn't know that. Thank you.
So would you mind kind of explaining everything that the program's about and everything that you're trying to build?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a background on my history. I grew up in a household, mom, dad, brother. It was just us four. I had a lot of mental hardships. I was a drug addict at the age of 16. I had postpartum depression. My anxiety was through the roof. And a lot of toxic relationships. Come to find out I was the toxic one. But, it is what it is.
It's like you're living in the Twilight Zone. Like, no way. How did I not see this? It's the Sixth Sense.
So I am finding that with myself, having conversations about my past and things that affected me, it helped me to release, and it helped me to have a little bit more clarity. And then with movement, like, I got addicted to working out. I was a weightlifter for a very long time. Now I'm just addicted to the connection of spirituality, and the movement of my body.
We're spiritual here at the Weekly Inconvenience.
Oh, yeah.
We're very spiritual. And I know that you mentioned in the video that you broke through, so that's what you were breaking through, kind of from the old you that had some of these issues and didn't realize you were maybe causing some problems that you weren't happy with, into the new you where you haven't explained yet.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm still working on it. I knew
teaser.
there's something inside of me that knows what my path was.
Your brain.
Well, spiritually.
Oh, sorry.
Okay? So I knew what it was, but I had so many things in my head. I was constantly replaying scenarios in my head and not being able to get past the confusion and what's going on. How am I supposed to do this? And by being open about things that happened and why I act the way that I act and the reason, the behind the scenes that programmed my brain, okay? So I was able to find out why, and now I am able to demolish all of that, and I'm rebuilding my foundation.
It's impressive.
For me, slowing down, like with yoga and being able to push my body to certain points, like it's a different kind of feeling. Like it's more like I'm able to do something I never was able to do before.
I'm no stranger to yoga. I've done yoga plenty times in my days.
You're a yogi as
Oh,
well?
is that what they call us?
Yeah, Yogi Bear.
I guess so. I'm a yogi. Is that what they call us, yogis?
Sure.
I think he was the first
She
one.
doesn't. That did not sound convincing. No. They don't call them yogis. So are you trying to build with your program a community of people that you can kind of deliver what you've learned to them?
Yes. I kind of want to focus more in the aspect of recovering addicts or mothers that have anxieties and postpartums and different obstacles that they can't get over. And for men like you guys, like things that you're like, if you have any kind of addictions going on, and addiction can be anything. It's not just a substance. It could be anything.
Oh, I know.
Look at the name of this company. Through spirituality, we have a focus on the show that we kind of go back to occasionally, and it's kind of like reading the future. And I actually drove past a fortune teller today, and I considered going in. Is that something you would recommend?
I love psychics. I actually just had a couple of cards pulled the other day because I was having a little bit of trouble with my
card pulling.
Where do you... Not those kind of card pulls.
Oh, different.
Next steps. How do we get involved? And let's say we sign up for the program. We start right now. What is step one of being in this program?
Step one is monitoring your habits. Letting your brain's habits.
I don't think anyone wants to know my habits.
Well, write it down. Journal it.
That's how you end up in jail.
Journal it. No, you don't have to share it.
Okay. Just buy a fireplace.
If there's things that you want to share with me, like, look, like I had this mind fuck. Read it. Like, what do you get from it? You know what I mean? Like, you can share that, but first things first, journal, and then we'll have another session.
So, I mean, would this qualify as a journal? Because I basically pent up a bunch of anger and rage that I have in my life, and then I just say it into a microphone every week.
It's true. It's a verbal journal.
But this is something that you're okay with sharing. There's stuff inside of each and every one of us that we are not. Okay
yeah, some of us follow 65-year-old women on Instagram.
Similar to my doctor, there are certain things he will never know, whether it's for my benefit or not.
Well, that's why I'm saying you don't have to tell me. But journaling it, reading it, reanalyzing it, seeing things that you may have, like different kinds of progress your brain makes and different habits that you create through your brain and your function.
So what are the, like, if you were to break, is it similar to like a 12-step process like drug addiction and stuff, or is there like an outline to?
No, there's no outline because it is
free form. Like yoga.
Everybody is different. How can I have a program that's going to be right for him and right for you? My program is intuitively you.
All right, I think that's I think you answered a lot of the questions I had. I think it's an awesome program. That you're trying to help people. I mean, it's a fantastic thing that I think a lot of people should do. I definitely want to have you on Gauge Your Health, our mental health show on our network.
Definitely be there.
So that's going to be awesome. We'll definitely set that up in the future. Did you have any other questions?
No, I think we covered everything. Yeah.
Do you have any questions for us?
I'm excited just to, get this started and see you guys go under a transformation. If
Fuck
you're
yeah.
open for it.
Maybe I'll become a turtle.
We need a breakthrough.
Hey, there you go.
I'm not sure that's how it works, but if I become a turtle, I'd be cool with that.
Be on the cover of a book if you're lucky.
Yeah, ooh. Maybe I'll win a race. I think tortoises are. That's what I gotta become. So, all right. Thanks, Melissa, for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Great.
Thank you. Shout out to Tiger's Tennis Talk.
Shout out Tiger.
He sent me a live radio show online that was taking some calls.
Ooh.
This guy's name is Jeremy Cuddlehorse.
Jeremy Coddlehorse.
Yeah. The name
what
of,
a name.
The name of his
definitely not
show.
his real name.
It is. The name of his show is Wholesome Outrage.
I get that.
So I have some audio of his show.
Give me some Jeremy.
Adios, buddy.
All right, have a great night.
We have a question from Apprehensive Fly. Jeremy, do you think Donald Trump is really a cyborg sent from the future to murder us all? I don't think so. I think we've entered an official time split.
Voiced.
Because he lost the election so badly, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
He's
Hello,
talking about
Rexy.
the current presidential
Always
election.
a pleasure to see you.
Why is he talking?
Well, Jen, it's okay. He's sharing some praise, and I'm always happy to hear about people wanting.
He slipped up
and succeeding.
Go back.
Improving
Go
themselves.
back like 10 seconds. He slipped up there in the voice. Hold on.
Fake voice?
Yeah, you slipped up in the fake voice.
So you get the idea with this guy, right?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Here's another clip of him.
That's what this hotline's about.
Is this like OG?
Let's see who we have on line this time.
Call from
Shaq?
Shark? You called? No way. Shark, you called into this guy?
Something like that.
All right, let me hear some Shark.
Hello, Shaq. How you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm all right. I'm actually a little bit down right now.
What do you got? Why are you down?
All right, so I'm kind of out of work right now. I produce a podcast, actually, Weekly Inconvenience.
Ooh.
And
Got the plug in?
I got a wound on my leg. My dog got excited when I came home. You know, his blood vessel was wagging, his tail. And he came over, he started licking my wound on my leg, and it got infected, and now I'm in the hospital. And he's like, I can't produce my podcast. I got the one host cutting up clips and doing editing. The other host is posting on Instagram, and I'm sitting here laying in bed with the leg that's wounded, blood vessel that's wagging, you know?
So wait, you're at work or you're at the hospital?
I'm at the hospital currently.
So how are you at work?
Right now. What?
How are you at work?
No, I'm not. I can't work. I can't produce my podcast. Don't you see?
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
My
classic.
livelihood, the thing I love the most, I can't do it. I'm stuck in this hospital bed, getting a sponge bath from Maria.
You like the joke too?
There are worse things you could be
Sorry, her
doing.
name's Stacy. Sorry, Maria.
Her name's
Stacy.
Stacy.
What am I supposed to do?
The best you can. You can sit and complain about
But
the scenario
how?
all you want, but that doesn't change a thing now, does it?
But how? All right, now you're starting to make me a little bit angry. How am I
Well, all things considered, you're in the best place you could possibly be, don't you think?
the hospital? You think the hospital is the best place to possibly be? Are you kidding me?
Unfortunately, the call dropped there. I do wish them a speedy recovery. Sometimes the calls just drop, and it's just they got a bad phone. I would imagine the cell phone reception is very good in the ER, but that's okay.
Why is he
We still have
insist
15
on lying his way through it? Just be like, yeah, I dropped him.
Yeah,
he was losing his shit.
I was giving him some wholesome outrage. I was giving him what he wanted. I was a prime candidate for his programming, and he wanted nothing to do with it.
Why do they insist on dropping people with shit like that? Like,
I don't know. I wasn't even like cursing or anything. I thought it
No.
was pretty realistic.
Probably thought you were about to.
I got to say much worse things on Mike Calta show before I got dropped.
It's not wrong. That's on public airwaves. I mean,
I
this
said
guy-
asshole a few times.
It's true. This guy is an easy show to get on. So we can
What's
definitely-
the phone number to get in on this show? And when's he do it?
So I don't know. I have to look up when he does it exactly. But the phone number is.
I sit alone in my four-corner room staring at